How long? How long?
What?
How long?
Get the music down.
Okay, hold on. Oh, there it is. No, that's the ending. All right. Still get that stuff in order. We've been playing since what, the beginning, and yet we still haven't got it in order yet. But we're still trying.
We're like the Mir space station.
Yes, but that's okay.
Oh man.
We're like, yeah, you probably want to spread it out. It's not showing all of us all the way.
Alright.
Yeah, that's better right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but
all right.
Hey, this is the cue.
This is a cue where we talk about different things and opinions and different matters, and where everything counts and nothing else get past us. Yes, we're like syphilis. We're always around.
You and your analogies.
I know they're always good. Yeah, I'm Kenneth Franklin.
I'm Reggie.
I'm Carrie.
And in today's show, we're going to be talking about several different
topics and things, I'm saying.
Yeah, here we are in our living room with the huge Doppler radar, so you can see.
Yes, we decided to do this on our own.
There's
our own living room, and buys a piece of green paper from Walgreens.
Yeah. Watching the weather right now. It's pretty nasty out there, isn't it?
Of course, the weather is going to get worse lately. Actually, it's going to be raining all this week, they say.
Yeah.
90%.
Man, we need the rain.
Oh, of course. So that's sleep weather for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we was talking about different topics out there. Matter of fact, one topic I wanted to talk about was, you heard that they're bringing back what's that? Firing squad.
I mean, like the execution?
Yeah, they will bring that back. Apparently, there's a shortage of lethal injections out there now.
Huh.
So now this thing. Okay. Yeah, I thought he farted.
No, he just moved his chair.
Yeah. But there's a shortage out there of lethal injections, so they're trying to make a new rule, a law passed where they try to bring that back.
Huh. You know, I don't know. That just popped in my head when you said that. Was that Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, where they showed, like, they said you could choose your own execution. This guy chose to be beaten to death by an army of topless women.
Oh wow! I don't know how that's brought that up to that.
But it's just like, what if you could do that? What if you could choose your own execution?
They're about to be picking the lightest sentence ever.
Yeah, it'd be like.
But Utah is gonna be the only one that will be allowed to be using the firing squad.
Why Utah?
Oh well, they're the first. I mean, they'll be the first to sign for it.
Huh.
And what's weird is how there be a shortage of lethal injections for people.
I don't know, maybe.
I never heard those.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of bad things about the pharmaceutical companies lately. It's like there's like certain departments are just being shut down. Like they're not making antibiotics at all anymore. Because like, well, it makes sense. Is like antibiotics are supposed to be like a one-time thing, because then your body gets used to it and then it builds its own immunity to the disease.
Yeah.
But people use them all the time, and they take them, like vitamins and stuff, and then these new viruses come out that are even stronger because they assimilate. They're like the Borg in Star Trek. They're like, every time you find an antibiotic that can kill one, another one comes out that's even stronger, and like you just keep resisting and resisting. So it's like you keep having to like make stronger and stronger antibiotics.
But it's weird. Now, matter of fact, they say the only reason why they brought this up for the firing squad thing is because it took this guy last time who went to lethal injection.
Yeah.
2 hours to die.
Why?
Because apparently there was sort out of certain materials they need to do the lethal injection.
Yeah, but it's just an overdose of potassium.
I know, but yet they run it out.
How are they running out of potassium?
I don't know. Matter of fact, they say they want to bring the other one they want to bring back is nitrogen gas.
You mean the gas chamber?
Yeah.
Oh.
They want to bring that back too.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like just like how do we kill people now? There's like actually a bunch of people sitting down in a meeting going, okay, how can we kill them now? Because we can't do lethal injection anymore. And then one guy's like, could we just shoot him? And they're like, yes. Let's shoot him.
Good idea.
That's why I hired you.
And
you make the best decisions ever.
Let's just waste all these ammo to shoot one person.
Well, like bullets are like 10 cents each, so it's not really like
10 cents each now, man. Yeah, but the thing is, the bullets are 10 each. Each is these days is no one ain't selling a bullet by itself.
Yeah, they sell the boxes. Boxes aren't that much.
It depends on the gun.
Yeah, it depends on the ammo.
Depends on the ammo. It's more than 10 cents.
Would you pick the caliber of the gun so it would be either slower or quicker?
I'll pick the smallest bullet there is.
You mean a 22?
Or
a BB?
There's this one gun that can fit right in your mouth. It is so small that I say, just shoot me that small gun right in my finger. Just shoot me right there in my finger. If I had to pick my punishment, I'll say shoot me with the world's smallest gun. Just shoot me right there in my pinky, right there. It doesn't matter. You'll probably bust my sore that's on my thumb, and it might kill me years later. But no, it would be crazy if people could pick their own punishment. If that's the case, I'd rather get beaten to death with a bunch of pillows, but not any kind of pillow, the fluffy type pillow.
I want something quick, something quick and easy,
Well, something. No. I like to drag it on. I want to drag my death on. I be like that in the worst.
Well, they bring back the whole thing of like medieval torture devices, like the rack, or like, what was that?
Then you gotta find someone to build them.
What was it where they would tie your arms like this, and your legs, and then like either side of you would be like a horse, and they just make the horses run.
Well, that's a problem with that these days. Now, one, they gotta get a horses to do it.
Yeah.
Two is aftermath. You have to clean the horses after it's done.
Yeah.
A good old. How about this? Just regular stab them. Clean, easy, reusable. You can't pick up a bullet and reuse it.
Oh, you could and dig it out of the body and.
Yeah, that'd be the biggest.
It's like recycling. It's recycling.
Yeah. I don't think someone would be saying going to the mortician after they do a drive-by and say, "Excuse me, sir, can you fish that bullet out of that person's chest I just shot 10 times?" Bullets are too much to buy these days.
Yeah.
So forget that.
Let's see.
But yeah, I was like the first. You told me the first person to bring back the firing squad.
Yeah.
Then I will bring back now nitrogen gas to do lethal gas chambers and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like the went from okay to now the worst thing to kill somebody with.
Just shoot them.
I guess that's a group of people somewhere just thinking about ways to kill people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're just sitting down. And it's like it's funny to me because like I always picture that every time like a product comes out or like a movie or a song or something, there's always a group of people that sit there and analyze and go, like you know, like if a musician makes an album, they're gonna sit there like with a group of people, and they're gonna sit down with this focus group, and the focus group is just gonna be random people they pick up off the street, and they're gonna sit them down and go like, "What do you think of this one?"
Yeah.
And they're like, and then they take those 5 people and take their 5 opinions and say, well, 50% like it this way and 50% like it this way, you know, and that's how they make decisions.
Of course.
You can't do that.
It makes you wonder too, like toys they come out with, like a group of people sitting down wondering, maybe some child will just sit down one day and just choke on this one day. It's like,
Well, they didn't do that back in the
how far would
day.
you go to think this child would do this?
Well, you didn't think about stuff like that back in the day, but like, you know, you ever heard of the company called LJN?
No.
It was a toy company, and actually got into a lot of trouble in the late 80s because they came out with like these water guns
Yeah.
that looked and felt exactly like a real gun.
Oh, wow.
And like kids were getting shot.
Wow. Matter of fact, there was a toy one day, and I don't know how this guy was like accuracy right with this one. He said, one day, a person, you know those toys that shoot little missiles and stuff
Yeah.
like that? They say, someone just by say, one day, that missile gonna bounce off a counter, bounce off a wall, and land at a child's throat and kill it. Next thing you know, a few years later, this missile jumped off the counter.
Yeah, but it's like,
And that missile is like, how did you know?
yeah, but like, when we were like I think the creepiest one. You remember? There was like all these baby toys.
Yeah.
You know, like for little girls, it was like these like babies, and like they would like poop and piss and like eat and stuff. There was one, I forget what it was called, but it was like this baby doll, and you put like this food inside its mouth.
It poops?
Yeah, but it eats it like this.
Yeah.
Moves. They had a bunch of kids like had their hair ripped out because they'd sleep with the doll.
Eat the hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is creepy.
There was one where the mouth moved too,
Yeah.
and this guy was feeding it. They said it would eat anything.
Yeah.
So they kept feeding it different foods and doing something like that. You eat it, and then next thing you know, this kid's like wondering, what do to my finger? So he puts his finger deep in the thing's mouth, and this toy bites his finger, his finger off.
God, that is disturbing.
That's like,
That is disturbing.
You know, we used to play with toys just to play with toys. Now these days, there's so many warning labels on there. It's like, how?
That's why.
There's so many impossible things. Like, you sit down wondering yourself, who the hell would be sitting down doing this stuff to themselves?
But that's why. I mean, we grew up in the 80s. In the 80s, you know, like anything went, you know, it was like whatever.
God,
I mean,
man.
craziest crap happened in the 80s. Like, and that's when they started doing all the warning label stuff, you know, it's just like, because kids would get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Too easy, apparently.
I remember, but like,
Who get this?
the toy companies were just insane back then, you know,
Ah,
it's like Star Wars.
Who hurt themselves on an easy bake oven? They say one kid had 3rd-degree burns, and he was holding the oven in his lap.
What?
Who put the oven on their lap? Just sitting with the easy bake oven. Soon my stuff will be done. Fresh baked cake with 3rd-degree skin burns.
Oh, God.
Oh,
God.
you remember candy cigarettes?
Yeah.
Oh my
Get them on
God!
the way home from church.
God, you know what's weird is they banned that because they thought people would start smoking afterwards.
No.
But after seeing what your best TV shows and singers and actors smoking, of course you think it's cool.
Yeah, because they had Joe Camel.
Oh,
Like, remember, kids, smoke up. It's cool.
was that Camel that was
Yeah, Joe Camel.
Oh God, he was
Yeah.
he was always cool smoking his cigarettes.
I used to,
and getting 3rd-degree cancer.
Yeah, I collected like from a lot on my old computer, but which died. I had like this whole section that was nothing but old commercials from like the 40s and 50s,
Yeah.
and I loved a lot of the cigarette commercials back then because it was like they were so crazy. One of them, it was like this, the announcer, and he shows this guy getting out of a car, and it says like, what type of cigarette does your doctor smoke? And 9 out of 10 doctors prefer Camel brand cigarettes.
You know, I used to tell my patients, always smoke with the left hand, never with the right.
You can get away with that today.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's just like what we were talking about earlier. Like, I really want to find those tapes. Like, I was hearing about, like, the Jerry Lewis telethon, and I hear about all the time that you would get mad at the people during the telethon because he's like there for like the entire Labor Day thing, man.
Oh, okay.
And if I was there the whole time, I would get mad too after a while.
It makes you wonder this question too. If there was one person in the world that you would want to see on his day off, how he really acts, who would it be?
Jimmy Stewart.
Really? I don't know.
Heard, like Jimmy Stewart, like there was a story I heard. Like Jimmy Stewart was like he enlisted in the army, and then they called him away from the army to go do a film project. And you know Jimmy Stewart, like the guy from like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
They say he came out of the plane and he was cursing up a storm because he was mad because they pulled him away from like enlistment duty to go work on like a film project.
Yeah.
And then they explained to him, "Oh, you're just doing this for the army," and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he just turns back into the nice guy. He's like a Tom Hanks of like the 40s.
I would love to see Drew Carey after work and see how he really is. Like, is he really a douchebag? I wonder.
What about Mr. Rogers?
Oh man.
Because everybody talks about that whole thing, like, what about Mr. Rogers, as soon as the cameras come off, he's like, he rips that sweater off, he's like,
I can see him ripping that sweater off, and there's a tattoo on his head, kill Nazis on it, and he's like lifting weights in the back doing this, run! Doing smoking camera crush in the backyard. Mr. Rogers, 2 minutes up to the show, oh shoot!
Yeah, he puts that with his tongue. Does he do that? It freaks me out when I see people like put their cigarettes out with their tongue. You know?
It seems like they're too bad ass. Like, yeah, so you put out a cigarette ashtray? It's like, you say, forget that, I can do it with my tongue. You say, forget that. Come on, what person you want to see on this day off?
Yeah, Carrie. You're all quiet over there. What you doing?
I don't know.
Not one person you want to see on their day off. I wonder how they really act. Jennifer Lopez want to see on her day off. Like just watch her shower for a few hours and just say, that's how she shower, up and down, not left to right. You never know. What?
Did you see that thing I sent you like a while back? It just popped in my head. It was like it's the funniest thing I ever saw on YouTube, and like I sent it to you. I don't know if you ever watched it yet, but it was like they got that guy, the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he did a whole episode reviewing like Atari porn games.
Yeah,
a real thing, and it's like that thing you always talked about. Like you said, you wish there would be like a female rapist. There's a game. There was a game for Atari.
Wow. It's weird that when you hope for something to happen, you know God's really hearing your prayers.
The game is like, it's like, what the hell?
Well, let's jump to another question before the whole thing is built on
It's
on that.
Timer anyway.
I forgot that it's 4:18.
Yeah.
All right. Here's about to do for another question. Barry thought of this one, so I want to bring this up for Barry.
All right.
So this one's for you, Barry Johnson. He's wondering, is it still stealing if you take someone's idea and made it better?
Yeah.
You think it's really stealing? It's like the first person who came out with the car, and next thing you know, a few years later, somebody came out with the same car, but he's saying, you know what? This one's even better. This has airbags, and now it can do more. It's like,
well, let me ask you. Do you know why McDonald's? You know the history of McDonald's?
oh,
Well, it was the two brothers, the McDonald's brothers. They made their own restaurant, and this guy Rick Clark saw how they did it, and then bought the rights to the name and then the idea of how to make the food, and then just went out and just made McDonald's everywhere.
okay.
So like, everybody credits Roy Kroc for creating McDonald's, but not the McDonald's brothers themselves. Is that wrong?
It's kind of wrong. You're taking a person's idea and you turn it into yourself.
Yeah, because McDonald's brothers are the ones that came up with the whole idea of like assembly line, like making burgers like fast like that, and fries and everything. They created all that. They created the Big Mac and all that stuff.
Well, what about you, Kerry? Do you believe that is a wrong, bad idea?
Yeah.
Well, give us a reason why.
Because it's not your idea, and basically stole it from someone.
Well, Isn't that what almost all ideas are from other people's idea? They're just made better.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
Well, look at music. I mean, okay.
Well, music is the main one. If you look at it that way too, yeah.
Because like, everyone always says like white people stole all the good music from black culture, and it's like.
Well, everything do come from black culture. If you look at it this way, drums came from blacks.
Well, the Vikings had drums too.
Oh, of course, but they say Africa had it first.
Well, everything started in Africa.
Oh, of course, everything started in Africa.
And we all kind of spread it out all over and did our own thing.
You sure that we spread everything out, or they just took selective slaves and just spread them out?
No, like we all started out as tribes, and then some of us said, "I'm going this way," others would say, "I'm going that way." And
you sure didn't say, "I'll pay for that person" and spread him out all the way over there and make him?
What are you trying to bait me into?
I'm not trying to bait you.
Trying to bait me in.
I'm not. You trying to say I'm black because I'm trying to bait you into something? Wow, someone's racist.
Here you
go. Someone's racist.
Here we go.
Well, I mean, everything starts out from somewhere. There's a few people. I cannot remember a few, but there's some people that ideas are unrecognized because someone else took it and made it their own. I mean, is there one about the guy who invented the TV?
Yeah, like
and
Philip J. Farnsworth invented the TV, and then they stole it from his plans. He had a patent for it, and they stole the patent and everything, and he never got a dime from it, and he died alone and broke.
Wow, that's a little deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad that people are. Well, if that's the case, then people now will say that if you're not patenting it, that means it's up for grabs.
Yeah, but that's what patents are for.
But it costs so much to patent things these days.
Well, you can do the poor man's process.
How's that?
You take a bunch of like documents that say what you made, and you put it in an envelope and you mail it to yourself, and you keep that envelope sealed. And then if someone comes back later and says, "Hey, it has the same idea you did," you can say, "Hey, I could prove to you because I have it documented by the Postal Service with a date saying I came up with it on this date."
Okay.
That's called poor man's process.
I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
I noticed. You watched Shark Tank before?
No.
You watched Shark Tank before? Where people think of these ideas and they go on the show and they show it to the people on there and they have them pay actually give them money for their idea.
Yeah.
And there was a few ideas that was made off of other people's idea, but sometimes people have ideas sometimes come out way better than the other person who made it.
Or it's just improving, but is it really stealing if you take it and you improve it and make
it better?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but there are some things like the cell phone. I mean, telephone itself. I mean, that's just somebody came up with that, and then someone else said, "Hey, I can make it better if I do this," and then that's how it progressed.
Yeah.
If we just stuck with the way it was when it first was invented.
We walk with big giant phones in our back pocket.
Yeah.
And everybody said
we wouldn't have cell phones.
And everyone would be saying, "Oh, we have cell phones."
They call it progress. Some people get left in the dust from it,
Yeah, but we still have cell phones back then. It would not be like this, but it would be like those big cell phones that you see in the 60s or 70s.
No, the 80s.
The 80s.
Yeah, those.
And you walk around with a giant phone in your pocket.
It's like this big.
You know what you bring back?
$10 a call.
You know what you bring back? Beepers. I was at Miss Sunday Lafayette.
Yeah.
And I noticed that half of the workers walk around with beepers. That's like, I didn't know they still had that around.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I found funny? The other night, I actually went on MySpace. It is like...
Wait, you went to MySpace?
It is so dead.
Dude.
There's nobody there.
There's nobody to talk to on there. I remember MySpace was filled with people.
Yeah, that was the thing to do.
You could chat with people online.
If you didn't have a MySpace, you didn't count as a person.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you didn't have a MySpace, then you're nobody. Then if you're nobody, then you couldn't be talking to nobody on there.
Yeah,
And
but what's funny
dude,
is that people would add you on MySpace and they never talk to you anyway.
yeah, well, that's what you do on Facebook and
Yeah.
the other ones now these days.
Yeah.
But dude, MySpace, man, and then the next thing you know, you start adding with music on there, a little by little.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, the whole thing's filled with just music.
Yeah, it's just for musicians.
And I don't really listen to music. I mean, unless I'm in those lonely nights when I'm in the bathtub hearing Baby Come Back, but that's the only thing I'm doing.
Baby, come back.
Oh, what's that song? But, man, who actually goes on MySpace these days?
I went just to see what the hell was going on, to see
I
if
mean,
it
they
still
count-
existed.
I made an account just to go see what it looks like. And I was like, wow, this is the rare.
Yeah,
It's like an antique that cannot die.
yeah.
But
It's like we leave stuff in the dust. We keep jumping ahead so much every couple of months. It's like, and then all of a sudden everything becomes outdated. I really hate when people say stuff like, "I don't want to watch that. That's an old movie."
Yeah.
I was like,
I said, listen here, that movie made that other movie you watching.
yeah,
So you better watch it.
yeah. I hear that a lot. Like, that's an old movie. Why don't I want to watch that? And
Oh, wow. Here's another topic for the show. Someone asked me on Facebook a few days ago. What are ways that you raise your own self-esteem up?
music.
Music. Music don't raise my self-esteem up. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, and just give myself the wink. Sometimes it gets so personal that deep down inside, I believe that my reflection wink first.
Video games help me.
Oh yeah, people have different ways to release their anger and stress and
Yeah.
different formats.
Cleaning.
Walking outside.
Yeah. Taking.
Communicating with different people.
Yeah.
But there's different ways to release stress these days.
Yeah.
The
There's
main
so much stress in life these days. It's like,
life is a big stressful place. I mean, with money problems, relationship problems, life is just one big bully beating you down.
yeah. But you just gotta look past it. I mean, religion helps me too. Just sometimes I just sit there and just.
Do you ever sit down in your room and just wonder, and just do that all day?
Yeah.
I lay in bed and just look up at the ceiling, chase my cats with a fake gun, and it helps me out too.
Just make a reality show about your life.
You do not want to see that. That'd be the worst reality show ever.
There's been some bad ones already. There was like my 900-pound wife,
Oh my God.
or like say
The
yes.
Honey Boo Boo thing. That was the worst reality show. Oh man.
Yeah.
I could not watch that show. And Dance Mom. Oh my God. I could not get through that without poking my eyes out
Yeah.
and not feeling guilty.
Yeah. Everyone like craps on those shows. Like I sat down and watched it, and I was just like,
What show?
Honey Boo Boo, and I was like, just watching, just kind of like confused. I was like, they just remind me of people I already knew in life, and it's just like, I didn't really want to visit people like that when I knew them in real life. So why would I want to watch a show about them?
I just thought the whole show was about a fat mom and her retarded daughter.
It's a weird show.
You know what else I didn't like? Lost. That name will get you by the title. You will be lost when you're watching that.
I know. Yeah,
What?
I missed it last night. They kept talking and advertising the hell out of this show called Dig
Yeah.
on USA.
They're overdoing that TV show.
Yeah, and it's like every time I turned around, there's like something about Dig. Must watch this show. And, like, I fell asleep before it came on because it was like,
I always fall asleep before it comes on. Here's that one. All right, if you were a doctor or in the ambulance and you had the power to save a person's life who did wrong, would you do it?
yeah,
Let's say this person was a drug lord and he killed hundreds of people before, and you had his life in his hand. Could you save him?
well, doctor's supposed to take an oath to help people no matter what.
Yeah, but they've been given the power to take life too. So
Yeah,
basically,
but they
it's like,
can't.
would you, it's not if they could you,
You're saying if I was a doctor,
If you was a doctor-
I would have taken that oath, and I would have been like, no, I gotta do it, because, that is what I'm supposed to do.
I was watching the Siren one day, and I said, we have all this power to stop this person from doing wrong. And the black guy, the doctor said, well, it is our oath to save their life no matter what they do.
Right.
So it makes you wonder that if you had that same power, could you follow your oath to save a person who killed anyone, someone in your family?
I'd have to. I mean, it'd be a conflict of interest, so I guess I would have to, like, leave it to another doctor, because I couldn't do it.
Like what? You couldn't make that decision on your own?
Yeah.
What about you? Could you make that decision on your own?
I wouldn't save them,
Well, why?
cause
So you would not save a person who did harm to yourself?
nope.
Well, some people don't believe in the code. Some people do believe in the code.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
me. I honestly, I would say the same thing too. I would not save the person
Yeah.
if I know that
That's
was
like a power trip kind of thing, It's like, I have all this power. I can, like,
Well-
because you could say, like, you're an EMT and you have somebody in the ambulance, and you could, like, just take out a syringe and just give them an overdose of morphine, and then that's it.
I mean, you could do like a Batman from the Dark Knight when he told him, "I don't have to save you, but I don't have to."
I won't
don't have to kill you.
I won't kill you,
But
but
I
I
don't
don't
have to
have
save
to.
you.
Yeah, you could do like that. Like, and then you tell the driver, like, drive extra slow, follow every red light and green light, and if you survive this, if you make it to the ambulance, the doctors, and you survive this, then I'll forgive you. It's like, I think let's just pull over a little.
Yeah, you want to go to McDonald's, you go through the drive-thru real quick. I
Yeah.
haven't eaten yet.
Oh,
So cold-hearted.
oh,
That is so cold-hearted.
really?
I mean,
To have a person.
you're stooping to their level. I mean, because they're a murderer, and you're gonna kill them because they're a murderer. What does that make you?
That's a word for that. Hold on. A person who kills a murderer, and you might turn into what he is, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
but it's still, is it worth it? I mean, is it worth? Like, hey, come here.
That's the word.
A hypocrite. All right, let's say you had the power and the ability to save someone's life, but you realize that he killed millions of people.
Millions?
Let's say he killed hundreds of people. Let's say he killed hundreds of people. Could you save this person's life who you find out that is the worst person ever?
Yeah, it depends what the scenario is. Yeah, probably.
Oh, what if he's a drug lord who
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
hundreds of people to get what he wants?
Yeah,
He killed.
the question basically is, like, imagine you're like an EMT and, like, you're in the back of the ambulance and you're trying to save a patient. You find out the patient is a serial killer. Mm-hmm.
Or working the mafia.
He killed your sister.
Yeah, if it was personal for me, it would be much harder. I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
Because you made that decision to say, you know what, I still took the oath to save his life. Let's just do this. Or it could be like the president said, you know what, I'm not going to kill you, but you know what, let's see you can survive this. Let's drive even slower.
To get to the hospital.
Yeah, that's 2 hours later you're in the hospital.
what took you so long?
He lost all his blood.
I was telling you to drive faster, but there's so much traffic in the road.
You could have put on the siren.
I
Oh,
think I would still treat them like, Jesus says to, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a
Yeah.
human.
It's because we're human. We're not perfect.
But then again, I don't know. I think in the moment, I think a lot of us rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we wouldn't be the base selves we think we would be.
I don't know. If I find that person is that bad and it leads to that way, I might be following his footsteps and let's just say let's just kill him. let's just pass the chloroform.
That sounds pretty consistent with your views, it seems, Kenny.
Oh wow! Yeah, we was talking about this before. They bring back the firing squad in Utah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, apparently there's a shortage of
Electricity?
No, there's a
They used
shortage.
the lethal injection.
The lethal injection?
So there's
Oh, that's
apparently
true.
there's
There's a
a
shortage.
Well, no, you know what it actually is?
Huh.
It's that the company that manufactures the drug in Europe won't sell it to them because they use it to kill people.
That's what I was
Oh,
talking about.
wait, just not found out.
Pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Today in the news, y'all, they found out they're killing potassium to kill people. Oh my God, they're really doing this for our stuff?
Like I was,
It's you sure it's Utah, not Oklahoma?
No, Utah.
They had those
Utah, they say,
firing squad.
they say Utah,
Really?
they say they're gonna try to make a law pass where they're gonna try to get that come back up. And they say if that's the case, okay. And they say if that's the case too, they're gonna try to get nitrogen gas, like a gas chamber back up too.
Nitrogen.
Yeah.
You mean like okay, like I don't know what they used in the gas chamber.
I forget.
Because they say they're
Nitrous. You trying to say
Nitrogen?
nitrous oxide?
I mean, let's just guillotine.
Oh yeah, let's go old school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
what?
even go back even further. Just stone
A
them.
hatchet or let's stone them. That's what you should do to
But
keep
nowadays
the public
they-
involved
but
and see if
nowadays-
they actually kill them.
But nowadays, back then, a woman could lift up a stone like this. Like, nowadays, we can pick up a pepper and do this.
I don't know.
I mean, take a long-
throwing arm.
What? Believe me, I'll be like
It would
this.
take a long time to kill someone by stoning them, though.
Yeah, that'll take all
It's
night.
messed up.
Yeah.
Dude,
Have
to
you ever
kill.
seen? They did a scene in the Leftovers
Yeah.
HBO series, and they stoned a woman, dude, and they showed the whole thing, and it was grotesque.
Where the hell they find these stones at? Like, that's like
Oh, come on, they're everywhere. It's
if I go outside,
Yeah, where do they find stones?
if I go outside right now and look for a stone, I'm gonna see some pebbles, not stones.
Until you walk right across Cyprus and see chunks of concrete.
Oh, that's not stone. That's just.
Stone somebody with two of them, they'd be done.
I can barely pick up a concrete. Let me like this. Dude, back then, girls were like freakishly strong. Nowadays, I
It's
can.
still strong.
Oh yeah, nowadays I can't pick up a concrete. Like,
No, you can't. You're girl leaving, not a girl.
oh wow. You know, in throwing stones, it takes too long for me. I got so many things to do in one day. Last thing I want to do is stone someone to death.
Yeah,
That's it. I say, you know what?
I'm with you there. I got
It's
that on my
like,
plate.
dude, it's like, what
I
time
mean,
do we have to go? Come on, really?
Yeah, what if they brought back public executions? You know, to like just get the crowd together. You know,
Or you stream it, dude.
yeah.
I don't know.
You can make it like a Gallagher concert. You know, they have people in the front row with the plastic. You know,
See, but we should do a satire where we have that. But the point is, like, honestly, the whole idea is what do you kill people for? Rape sometimes, usually taking life.
Yeah.
The state taking life is totally anathema and counter to any kind of
No, it's like-
moral high ground. The state can't take life if it's going to be punishing someone for taking life.
No, but
It
see, the
doesn't
thing
work.
is, like, the state is supposed to be like, you know, we're not really a person. We're like this entity that like
Yeah,
that's like,
it's a corporation.
yeah. This,
As I said,
basically, what they're saying is like we're not really involved, but we're gonna take care.
Yeah. Well,
Is that-
really, what our government says is we are not beholden to the law.
Yeah.
If the law doesn't apply to us, we make the law, we don't follow it.
that's right.
And that's not cool.
As I say,
It's
don't kill this man. Let us do it.
Yeah, let us do it then.
But if you do it, I'll put you in jail for it.
Execute all the people that went to the stoning.
So it'd be nice to go back to the old days where we stone people to death.
No, no.
But do like a rock concert, like you see the Metallica and they're like playing a song and they're like, oh my God, after this is a concert, we're gonna stone this bitch to death.
And then stone
And
Metallica.
everybody in the audience, like, everybody say, look at me, your chair, you're a stone. He's like,
You got a stone.
Even little kids like lifting buckets. I'm like, oh my God! It's like, oh my God! We're gonna stone this
Like
guy.
I'm Life of Brian. You ever seen the Monty?
Oh, yeah.
Monty Python Life of Brian. The guy was selling like the different types of rocks, public stoning.
Wow!
Like this is a good one.
Everybody get your phone hand ready. Okay, good.
That'd be messed up, like Metallica playing during the stoning.
I'd say you stone the band.
And it'd be good, like playing rain.
That would really make
It'd
everybody.
be awesome to have raining blood in the background while you're throwing stones at the person.
But that's
That would
Slayer.
be nice.
It'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You like throwing stones at the person's head. It's like, yeah!
Yeah,
And she's dying on the stage. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
yeah!
actually killed during rock concerts in the mosh pit because of this.
Dude, this time we have a reason why.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
sorry, if they're turning the borders thing into something fun, I'll go. Like church.
Oh, yeah, if they had like,
A strip club?
stonings at church.
Oh, yeah, that too. Stoning a church, yes.
Yeah, whoever like his phone goes off.
Whoever's phone goes off will cast the first stone
At a stoner.
at a stoner.
Or at the movie theater, that's where I really hate when people use their cell phones.
Oh, I hate
Dude,
that.
I actually like told some people about 4 or 5 months ago. They kept on talking, man, and I was like, "Hey, can y'all
Lower down.
Yeah, and they're like, and then like after like literally long enough for them to have like, then she says, "Oh, I know they're not talking about me," and so I didn't say it, and then they start going again, and then I didn't want to curse, but I ended up just saying, "Shut the f up," and then they kept on again, but like the manager came out a couple times and he has that like lightsaber thing.
Yeah. What's that doing right
So
there?
then they shut up, but it's just like you're talking.
I don't know.
Stop it.
Stop it. Yeah.
But like, if you go to the movies recently, like they bombard you with these commercials of being, don't use your cell phone. Don't use your cell
What's
phone.
wrong?
That pisses me off too because it's like, oh my god, okay, we're not children. Like,
But
if
you have to
instead of
treat them
running
like
5
it.
minutes of those, have a person
Walk
whose
up an
job
aisle.
is to just not that, but just they walk into 12 theaters and when they're done, they walk back in and they just, it's
Yeah,
somebody
but
to keep an eye
You know-
on.
you know- should be-
That's what I did. Every 10 minutes I had to go in and make sure nobody was on their cell
You
phone.
know what they do right now in the movie theaters? Where you go in there and your phone just drops. Drop calls just right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, make like a cell phone
they-
dead zone.
That
they
dead
make
zone.
stuff like that. But
Turn the
thing
movie
is,
theater into a
that
dead zone.
used and is used in other countries and probably they probably have devices like that in police departments in our country.
That'd be awesome then.
No, dude, to suppress protest and information getting out.
Yeah.
Shut down people's. Dude, think about the tool with a totalitarian government to stop people from being able to communicate, stop them from tweeting, stop them from sending video out of things that are happening.
a picture-
That's not good.
That picture's going to a movie and not knowing the end because some idiot tweeted what was happening.
No,
Oh.
no, Jacob's onto a point. They said like, if a country wants to invade us and take us over, all they have to do is like get one of those EMP devices and just, that's
Alright,
it.
the last thing-
Cut off electricity,
Alright.
cell phone
But I mean, who's
towers.
getting
The last thing you want to do to the United States is cut off power. Because you know why?
Then people will actually get upset.
Only thing that's stopping us from attacking other places
That
is our cell phones.
The only thing
Because
that's stopping us from attacking the power structure.
it is cell phones.
Yeah, all of the stuff. all
He said, I will attack today, but on this my phone, I got a plan to do tomorrow. I don't think, dude, if you cut phones off,
Yeah.
nothing's stopping us from here. We just, really?
That's the real argument, kind of, against wealth becoming too concentrated like it's doing now, because, I mean, sooner or later, people might get upset.
Nah, people are like,
There's a book, Kenneth, you need to read called Fahrenheit 451.
Ooh.
It's basically about the government outlawing reading,
yeah.
so to keep everybody suppressed, so they
Okay.
wouldn't know what's really going on.
Yep.
I don't know why the TV is this right
Yeah,
there.
they wouldn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
but
have TV.
they have TV in the book, but it's like everything's monitored. You can't really talk about certain things, or otherwise.
Yeah.
I'll bear
That's
reading.
like TV now, except on this channel.
Of course. I mean,
There's a very slim
this
amount of-
station is the only station we can talk
Yeah.
about anything we want, and no one's telling me to stop it, kid.
That's
There's
really
people
true. A lot
around.
of the stuff y'all talk about on here, dude.
I know.
No way they would ever talk about it. Now, granted, some of it is just because it's wacky.
Of
But
course.
some of it's just because it's pertinent to people's lives and might make them look at.
Yeah, making things.
That's why the show.
Yeah.
That's why I have a show about opinions. Religion is useless and can never be a part of life.
I
But-
disagree. That's my opinion and your opinion.
Well, you want it to be a part of life. You want something to make. It's like you.
I'm not religious.
Oh, of course. See, well, I want to be religious either to know my moral backgrounds. I have to be good or bad.
I agree.
I have to be
You don't need
naughty.
it. I don't think you need it. I think that's asinine and infantilizing when politicians especially say, oh, this person can't have a moral code because they don't have a religious belief.
That's right.
Oh, really? So because they don't believe lies told to them by someone as fact, then they can't have a moral structure? That sounds a little backward.
Yeah.
But to pretend that those stories, when not told as lies but as stories,
Yeah.
can't help your life, That's also asinine.
Well,
They're good stories.
Yeah, man.
And
I can tell 10 of them. Most of the good stories I know.
believe me, y'all,
Yeah.
the Bible is a book of stories.
What I don't like is like certain people will vote for a politician because of his religious views.
No, that
not
did not
good.
used to be.
I know.
good.
But he's Jewish. He saves a lot of money. Of course I would vote for him.
Well, there's never.
I hear that all the time from people. Like, I wish we had a Christian president. You know?
Yeah, we have. We have never not had a Christian president. It's like so stupid.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Believe me, if I would vote for a person if he was Jewish.
I don't care about that. You know, JFK had that line in a speech when he was running that, you know, I'm a Catholic second and an American first. You know, that
Right.
it's not, you know,
Yeah.
and he was the first Catholic to be elected president.
Yeah.
The idea is that is personal. Do not be like the hypocrites do and pray beneath the streetlight. For I tell you the truth, they have received their reward, which is to be seen by men. Go into your room and close the door and pray to your Father in heaven. That's what it says in the Bible. Don't use your religion to get worldly things. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just, you think, you wait till Satan pulls his pecker out.
Ah.
You're going to be sorry you did that.
Yes, indeed. Man.
Yeah.
Uh,
But like I was saying,
But we can say this kind of stuff on TV.
yeah.
This channel.
This channel.
Well,
You
we
can't
love
say
this
a lot
channel.
of this, man. A lot of this kind of stuff you
Well,
can't
half of this stuff on the channel is
Watch
supported
Bill.
by,
He says about 4 things.
half of the things on.
There was something I wanted. There was a question I wanted to throw out there, real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. I was watching an episode of Law and Order SVU, and it kind of reminded me of something. I was like thinking, like, kind of in the same vein as like the doctor thing. Like, let's say you're a doctor, you know, and or a nurse,
Okay.
and like you have a teenage daughter, but the guy your teenage daughter is dating comes in and gets checked out, and you find out that he has an STD. What do you do?
I'd kill him. I will wait till he's asleep in his own bed. And I will sneak in his house,
Look at his eye. He's serious.
and I will rape you in your bed.
Maybe you'll have one. You're gonna catch it.
Sodomized will hurt forever. The claps will only hurt for a little short of my time.
God.
What?
But like, where's the moral line?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
The
like, what's
doctor
the-
is supposed to keep that confidential.
Yeah, I heard
You're
about.
supposed to keep it confidential.
I think I saw that on Law and Order.
I mean, I would tell my daughter at the very least.
Yeah,
I don't
you-
care what my
Yeah, but-
Hippocratic oath says.
Yeah.
Well, how about this
but
one?
You can't be like, because I know, like, you know, when they do like STD tests, they can't really like say, if you're a doctor, you can't really like, oh yeah, guess what? I heard this guy has it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do that.
But I mean, if you're like, I don't know, because
But
that
it-
involves the health of your loved one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one because it's like you don't want to be. Like,
I kill him too. I mean,
like your daughter's boyfriend comes in, and his test results come back, and he's like positive for herpes. You know. And you're like,
Oh yeah, yeah. If it was like the clap or something more treatable.
Yeah. But what if you found out that she's pregnant and she didn't want to tell the father, and it was between her and the doctor, and you found out a few weeks later that the girl's pregnant?
yeah.
Now I had to stump that baby in.
Oh my God, I don't even know how you do that.
Well, first you lay her down, and then you like, stump her like that. That's all you
The
gotta
views and
do.
opinions of Kenneth Franklin do not reflect the views and opinions of Lafayette
How many
Media
other,
or the AOC Community Media.
we have enough time?
Parish government.
We have enough time?
Yeah, we got
God.
Okay.
6 minutes.
All right.
Kenneth numbers that represents anyone else, even Kenneth.
I can tell you now. I can tell you now. Religion is only a back burner.
Yeah.
It's just burning when you just.
Yeah, I mean, religion was originally put into place as a way to give everybody a moral compass, which is good. We
This
need
is-
a moral compass.
We don't need a moral
Like-
compass.
Yeah, we do. I mean,
You trying to I need a moral compass?
I mean, the Ten Commandments themselves are basically a set of rules that, like, and if you look at them closely, they're basically saying, don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's all they're saying.
I don't even
Don't lie to people. Don't steal from people.
I don't even should tell me
Your
that.
loved ones. Respect your parents. You know.
I don't
That's
even.
it.
I don't even.
And you know the thing that Kenneth or people that are against religion might point out, the whole keeping the Sabbath and you know believing only in one God and all this stuff. But you know those you got to look at that too as something that we can't relate to these people, man. They never
Yeah, that
had a
was like-
microwave dinner.
that's like
everything
3,000
they ever
years
ate,
ago.
They had to kill or pick.
Yeah,
That's right.
that was 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Believe
Yeah,
me,
but
back
the basics
then I'd
of
be
the
choking my
rules are the
chicken
same,
too.
You know, the basics of the rules are the same.
Yes.
Just be nice to each other.
But we don't.
Just be a good person.
No, not these days. Now it's not about being nice. It's like what you could give me to make it even better.
But that's the trouble, man. That's where so much of our society could be great fast if we would stop worrying about someone giving back when we're kind, like expecting kindness to be like business. It's not.
Yeah.
Well, not as
I mean, if
well,
somebody
Why kind of what is
just
it?
help them
Yeah,
and just
just
walk
help
away.
them.
Yeah, just
What does it take?
no one's saying kindness what these days. You see what rich people now is doing this just to be seen on TV. How many times you see a rich person driving into a poorest neighborhood and just draw up money out of the car? Never. Unless there's a paparazzi after them, they want to be seen by
I've
it.
seen Shaq do it on like a.
I can see Shaq real nice one of the. Oh well, y'all.
well, MC Hammer did it.
Do it all.
But you see,
Yeah.
that's why MC Hammer was broke because he would just throw his money away to everybody. Like, hey, you need $10? Here's $10. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Ric Flair too. You go to all these bars and these clubs and they say, "I'm bringing more money drinks." And I say, "Who said that?" But don't rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets the bill.
It's like, oh crap!
$200,000. Who drank all this?
Who took a charge of alcohol? That was me. That's the man. No, I mean, I would not be going there. I'd be throwing a bunch of pennies out in that's why.
Hell.
I mean, that's why when I go to strip clubs, I rain pennies.
Oh Lord.
I dig in my pocket.
Clubs. Who are you trying to fool?
They run you off, man. They run you off so fast.
I was
No
like,
pennies at the strip club.
I'll say make it rain. Shh. And
It
like
would be like restraining order.
they make a whole change
Does
of
that
my
big
like
guy
pennies
just,
like
do like this?
Yeah.
Or you gotta leave.
I'm making it rain.
A Vulcan and they put him out with the pinch grip.
I'm making it rain, son.
They had that big guy at the door, you know, at all strip clubs, and they just always like keep guys like.
That's the guy you should be, dude. Do some push-ups, be the big guy at the door. Maybe you get some.
Yeah, but if that was the case, I'd be like the guy saying, you know, enough, sir. Come on, let's go with you. I'm fucking like, go up and down. Say, come on, sir. It'd be like saying that's like close to sexual harassment.
Yeah, you kind of be giving lap dances, but different.
That's why could there be a guard at a prison mate? It was like saying, I heard you was doing bad, and they'd be like jumping in bed with the prison mate to say,
Like, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
tell me about it. Have you been naughty lately?
Oh my god.
That's why I was scared when you dress up as Santa.
Oh God.
I'd be scared too.
I know I'm giving out bonus for everyone. bonus for everyone.
What's the deal with this hurricane behind you?
Oh, that's a hurricane.
That was a hurricane. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You want-
I was looking for static images, and this was like this temporary one until I could find something better, and then we're like, yeah, let's keep it. That's just on the computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just sitting there.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
You know,
I don't even think that's Louisiana.
you
though.
know,
That's over like almost Florida.
you know we're late for another asteroid attack. We're getting another asteroid that's about to hit Earth.
Well, it's supposed to be one in a couple of years. Like, I forget the name of it, but it's supposed to be like this really big one. It's supposed to narrowly miss us
Oh
in about
man.
10 years.
We have what?
We have a few more minutes.
Not 8 minutes. For 3 minutes left on the Wi-Fi.
Yep.
All right. We want to say thanks for everyone to join us. Say something on TV. You didn't say nothing on at all. You just hushed there like a solid puppet mouse.
Come here.
And
That's okay, that's okay.
Come
I'm
on.
all right,
Gary.
I'm all right.
say something on TV,
Gary,
too.
You've been quiet the whole time.
I know.
I'm all right.
All right. Well, we just want to thank everybody for having us in their house, stalking them, being with them, holding them in their arms. Baby, come back. And we want everybody to know
The
that
cat's
we'll be
in the
doing
cradle in the silver.
Okay, now you can stop now. We'll be doing another show on Wednesday on every Wednesday from 4 to 5. Call in, let us know what different opinions, different things is going on. We all talk about it. Believe me, I can talk for hours about different opinions and maybe question your opinion.
You want to give me a shout out? We're not done yet.
Oh yeah, we're not done yet. We have
Yeah,
like
you can sit down, Carrie.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
gotta prep the intro in about a
we
minute.
have 2 minutes left. We have different things coming out. We try to think of new topics for the new shows for to come out with. So give us a topic that we can talk about that you want to hear us say on TV. Let us know what's on your mind. Let us know if you want Carrie to say something on TV. Do something. Maybe juggle. Maybe ride a unicycle. Maybe sports a cleavage.
Okay, I'm not.
All right, and we'll thank everybody for joining us today, and that's it. Have that run until the show's off, okay? What?
Yeah, we're still on the air. A little over a minute. We'll just let that play for a minute. I'm holding it for.
Go ahead, I'll watch it.
Alright.
You know, you used to use all these big words.